Welcome back to the Recipe for Crime. This is my private archive, the cases that were too dark for the dining room and too strange for the evening news. Today we're opening a new folder in the secret files. Put down your fork, listen closely, and let's find out what's really cooking in the shadow. In the world of professional cooking, we have a saying, "You're only as good as your last service." But in 1671, for François Vatel, his last service was a matter of life and death. Vatel was the prince of cooks, tasked with hosting a 3-day, 3-night extravaganza for the most powerful man on earth, King Louis XIV. 2,000 guests, 25 tables of the finest delicacies, a budget that would be millions of dollars today. But on the morning of the third day, Vatel was found dead in his room, run through with his own sword. The official story? He was humiliated because the fish delivery was late. But as a chef, I've worked through late deliveries and kitchen nightmares, and something about this story doesn't taste right. Today we are deconstructing the final days of François Vatel. Was it pride, or was it a recipe for murder? To understand the crime, you have to understand the mise en place of 17th century politics. Vatel wasn't just a cook, he was a maître d'hôtel. He was responsible for the fireworks, the music, the seating, and the safety of the king. The pressure was astronomical. His master, the Prince of Condé, was in massive debt and needed the king's favor to survive. Vatel hadn't slept for 12 nights. In a professional kitchen, sleep deprivation is a drug. It twists your reality. But would it drive a man of his experience to the edge? Or was Vatel's failure actually a coordinated sabotage by political rivals who wanted the Prince of Condé to fall? The morning of Friday, April 24th, Vatel is waiting at the gates for the fresh catch from the coast. Only 2 small crates arrive. He waits. Nothing. He reportedly tells his deputy, "I cannot survive this disgrace." He goes to his room and leans on his blade. Here is where the mystery deepens. Moments after his body was found, the fish arrived. Crates and crates of it. Why the delay? In those days, transport was organized by the purveyors, men who could be bribed. If you wanted to ruin a host, you didn't kill him. You killed his reputation by stopping his supplies. Did Locusta-style politics play a role here? Was the fish held back on purpose to break the man who held the keys to the king's heart? The most chilling part? The party didn't stop. To avoid upsetting King Louis XIV, Vatel's body was removed in secret. The king was told he died of exhaustion. The feast continued, and ironically, the fish he died for was served to the king that very night. As a chef, this is the ultimate betrayal. The man who gave his life for the service was treated as a disposable ingredient. There was no autopsy, no investigation, just a clean kitchen and a satisfied king. In the eyes of the court, Vatel didn't die of a sword wound. He died of a service error. But was the sword actually held by someone else? Vatel's death created a myth that still haunts professional kitchens today. The idea that a chef's honor is worth more than his life. But in the Recipe for Crime, we look for the truth behind the myth. Whether it was a mental breakdown or a calculated political hit, the death of François Vatel remains the greatest unsolved mystery in culinary history. I'm your host, and this was the final service of the Sun King's chef. If you want more deep dives into the dark side of the culinary world, subscribe to the channel. The kitchen is closed, but the secrets are just getting started.